I think I can be bitchy. I don't know that I'm a bit.
I hope you are all having an amazing day. Today, I have got another super exciting and highly interesting video for you. And if you are a true Caitlin Clark fan, you are definitely going to want to stay tuned until the very end. Before we get started, let me know you are part of the Clark Update Army by commenting CC 100% below. I love seeing all the incredible Clark fans in the comments. Now, without wasting another second, let us jump straight into today's video. With a series of unexpected occurrences, Sophie Cunningham has completely lit up the internet. Each new moment is even more alluring than the last. Her posts have triggered a massive flurry of likes, deep discussions, and even unexpected tributes ranging from playful courtside antics to off-duty charm that completely melted timelines. What is that special charm drawing admirers to her every single step? Is it raw authenticity, strategic branding genius, or something far more unexpected? This narrative goes far beyond just a viral post. That much is absolutely certain. And it is only the beginning. The Sophie Cunningham effect is when fines become wealth. That first penalty was $500. This type of penalty is meant to sting, warn, and calm a player. Instead, Sophie Cunningham used it as fuel for her growing fire. She dropped an unfiltered, direct, and hilarious TikTok post targeting the WNBA's refereeing. Is it slow or stupid? Perhaps it is pointless. With 1.3 million views and a massive wave of support, the video went viral across the internet, transforming a disciplinary slap on the wrist into a golden opportunity. If you are enjoying this content, please consider giving this video a like and subscribing to the channel. Believe it or not, over 90% of our viewers still haven't subscribed. It is free and takes just a second, but it means the world to us. So, did you subscribe already? Awesome. Thank you so much for your support. Now, let us get back to the video. The WNBA should be worried about far more than just the public criticism, because this was their second costly mistake of the year. Just weeks prior, Sophie was fined $400 for defending Caitlin Clark and embarrassing JCS Sheldon in the process. She was thrown out of the game right at the end, but that moment sparked something much bigger. In just a matter of hours, her jersey completely sold out. Her TikTok following skyrocketed from 300,000 to well over 1 million. She became the enforcer fans did not realize they needed, practically overnight. She was someone ready to take a hit, get right back up, and keep going. Any smart, forward-thinking league would have spotted that trend. Sophie was not silenced by this discovery. She was actually elevated by it. She became a rallying cry and a focal point for fans who were fed up with what they saw as inconsistent calls and unfair treatment. But instead of taking a step back, the WNBA doubled down. Meanwhile, Sophie was absolutely loving her new rock star life in the weeks following that first fine. Her immense popularity was now spreading far beyond the court. Brand partnerships were rolling in and mainstream interviews were piling up, but the physical trend on the court persisted. Olivia Nelson-Ododa of Connecticut caught her with an elbow to the head, absolutely no whistle. During a physical scuffle against the Sparks, she got grabbed by the neck, still no call. She walked away each time banged up but completely unfazed. Those missed calls only sharpened her voice. Then, the TikTok that restarted everything finally dropped. Calling out the officials was not just about venting, it was a way to connect. She was openly saying what all her fans were already thinking. Right on cue, the WNBA handed down another fine on July 23rd. Sophie's reaction was nothing but pure mocking laughter. She said she had no idea why she found it so funny, like, "All right, buddy, you got it." But she was not just mocking the money. She realized it was just the cost of doing business. Another fine meant another massive viral moment, a surge in fan loyalty, and a boost to her market value. The numbers speak for themselves. That original $400 fine helped her gain 1 million new followers, make national headlines, and sell out merchandise. In just 3 days, she gained 700,000 more followers, plus a second $500 fine and new brand deals. She gained millions in brand value, paying just $900 in total fines. It might be the single greatest return on investment in sports history. Sophie knows it too, calling it absolutely awesome. She noted how funny it is what people find attractive, speaking with the confidence of someone who knows she is winning. One fine at a time, the WNBA might actually be funding her rise to the top. But what if this is only the beginning, and her next viral moment pushes the league into completely uncharted territory? Keep watching. This viral carousel created by Sophie Cunningham is only growing. Sophie Cunningham did not just post random pictures. She gave the basketball world a complete, captivating visual narrative. The Indiana Fever standout captured the raw energy of her season in a single Instagram. Carousel fusing humor, grit, and those unfiltered behind-the-scenes moments that give professional sports a real human touch. The post did not just get noticed, it went completely viral, pulling in thousands of responses and heartfelt comments, with the biggest coming from her teammates Lexi Hull and Caitlin Clark. Her caption was simple, playful, and totally on brand. Why is there so much noise these days? That lighthearted question set the exact tone for the post. Every slide that fans swiped through showed the nonstop hustle and tight bond that holds the Fever together. Never missing a chance to stir the pot, Caitlin Clark jumped into the comments to joke, claiming some of her own photos made it huge, playfully taking credit for a few of those highlights. Lexi Hull hopped in next with her own style of hype, bringing that high-energy support for Sophie. That very first slide stopped people in their tracks. Sophie was sitting alone on a dark team bus, swiping on her phone and chugging juice straight from the carton in a heavy WNBA hoodie. Her slumped posture captures the deep fatigue of constant travel. It is a raw, unglamorous look at the actual daily life of a pro athlete. Fans rarely get to see this level of behind-the-scenes realism. Swipe again, and you are right at courtside. Kelsey Plum, the Las Vegas Aces star, and Sophie, in her bright red Fever jersey, are locked in battle. With intense eyes and every single muscle locked in focus, she is caught mid-dribble. Her bright purple sneakers pop against the court in a high-stakes matchup, but the next shot shifts the mood entirely. Sophie is captured in a fiery moment, her arms raised in protest during an intense argument with a referee. Melissa Smith steps in to cool things down. You can almost feel the wild energy vibrating off the screen as a sold-out crowd roars. A shot of Sophie walking up the jet stairs in cozy travel gear, framed by the plane in a bright blue sky. It is a single shot that sums up the fast-paced life of a touring pro. Then comes the lighter side, a funny moment from morning shoot-around where Sophie holds up the ball while Caitlin Clark makes a goofy face, both of them laughing. Fans love seeing this growing connection, a perfect blend of real friendship and fierce competitive drive. But the real emotional highlight of the slides is a tight team huddle with Sophie right in the center, flanked by Clark, Hull, and the rest of the squad. Their dead serious, focused expressions show a team completely locked in on one single goal. You can feel the ambition, leadership, and pure drive to win in that single shot. This was not just another standard social media post. It was a genuine celebration of hard work, grit, and a young roster finally finding its identity. With Caitlin Clark and Lexi Hull riding for her, Sophie Cunningham was not just winning on the court. Online, she was absolutely dominating the culture. So, how did this simple post, this declaration of strength and team unity, turn into the celebratory twerk heard all across the WNBA, triggering a media storm even bigger than Sophie's viral photos? Strap in. The moment arrived right after the Indiana Fever took down the Minnesota Lynx to capture the Commissioner's Cup. It was a brutal battle with the intense energy of a playoff matchup. Naturally, all eyes were on their franchise star Caitlin Clark, but she did not end up winning the internet that night. That honor belonged to Sophie Cunningham. The viral moment did not happen on the court, but during the wild post-game celebrations. The hype inside the locker room was off the charts, quickly spilling over onto an Instagram live stream. Players crowded the lens with that classic mix of relief and pure adrenaline after a massive win, while music blasted and laughter echoed through the room. Suddenly, Sophie stepped into the frame. No prepared speech, no planned choreo, just a moment of pure, unscripted fun. Sophie turned around, dropped a quick celebratory twerk, and vanished from the shot as fast as she entered. The impact was instant, even though the whole cameo lasted barely longer than a blink of an eye. Captioned simply as Sophie Cunningham twerking after winning the cup, Rick Center, a popular sports content account, clipped the moment and posted it on the platform formerly known as Twitter. The post exploded immediately. It racked up over 1.5 million views in hours, pulling tons of shares as fans analyzed the clip frame by frame. But that quick dance move was not the only highlight of the video. It was pure, unadulterated hype. You can actually hear teammates and friends talking over the loud music during the entire Instagram live. "Please do not say it is a school night," laughed Sophie, still riding high from the big victory. She grins while scrolling through the chat. "Hey, if you are one of my friends tuning in, leave a comment. Miss you." I am honestly not sure if any of my friends are here. Then she spots a familiar name and locks in. Whoa, dude. Natasha is in the chat. The energy escalates as off-camera teammates start hyping her up. The girls went absolutely crazy tonight, guys. Baby, get over the fence. Come on, TC, hurry up and shake it. That is when Sophie takes center stage. A chorus of shocked gasps and roaring applause greeted her quick twerk. It is wild, completely absurd, and entirely human. A rare glimpse of pure joy that fans almost never see after a game. The high energy keeps going even after she steps out of the frame, talking to herself and the live stream at the same time. Bree, I miss you, I wish you were here. Then, almost as an afterthought, she adds, oh wait, I know. I literally had to text my friends to get them online. The whole thing feels like a house party during a championship run. This moment resonated with so many people because it was completely genuine. Sophie's brief, unplanned appearance stood out in a league where viral content is usually a polished highlight reel or a staged celebration. It had absolutely nothing to do with branding or court performance. It was about pure joy, individuality, and giving fans an unvarnished look at what winning feels like. In just a few seconds, she turned a standard cup victory into an unforgettable cultural snapshot. The WNBA will not forget this anytime soon, but right when it seemed her viral streak had peaked, Sophie dropped her infamous rolled out of bed post. Was this the exact moment her internet fame went completely viral? Stick around. That woke up like this post spread across the internet like absolute wildfire. On the morning of July 24th, 2025, Sophie Cunningham showed everyone why she is far more than just a talented guard for the Indiana Fever. The woman is a master at capturing attention, turning what should have been a basic, forgettable selfie into a massive cultural talking point with one single post on X, formerly Twitter. In the photo, she looked effortlessly stunning while wearing a simple white dress. No elaborate studio setups, no fancy professional lighting. It was just Sophie staring directly at the camera with a bold, challenging confidence. But the caption is what really set the tone. She joked that she does not look like this when waking up, and she is tired of being coddled. She said she just rolled out of bed, calling her followers dummies. It was bold, confident, and classic Sophie. The internet quickly reacted. Within minutes, the replies came flooding in, witty, sarcastic, and supportive all at once, with fans marveling at how perfect she looked. One person joked that Sophie Cunningham could have saved the Titanic. Another claimed she could end all world wars. Clone her, wrote another. The humor just kept escalating from there. One user claiming to know her personally commented that they have seen her wake up and can confirm it is true. The entire thread became a mix of stand-up comedy and genuine admiration. Others playfully mocked the perfect look, offering up some light-hearted skepticism. One follower commented that it must be nice waking up in full contour, hairspray, and high heels. Another sarcastically agreed, writing that waking up like that was totally them. But regardless of who actually believed her, the overall consensus was clear. Everyone was thoroughly entertained, and the metrics absolutely proved it. With over 2 million views and tens of thousands of likes, the post proved that Sophie's social media presence is just as dominant as her game. This was far from the first time she went viral this season, but it served as another great reminder of her unique ability to blend humor, personality, and confidence into highly shareable content. Part of her massive appeal is that you never know what to expect. One week, she is the fierce on-court enforcer aggressively protecting her star teammate, Caitlin Clark. The next, she is making headlines for a post that sits right on the edge of self-aware humor and playful vanity. Fans are absolutely captivated by that mix. One follower noted that while they never know what she will do next, they know it will be entertaining. That woke up like this moment was about more than a photo. It was about the attitude, the confidence, and the effortless way she invites fans into her world without ever hiding the sharp edge that makes her so unique. That is why her star power shows no signs of slowing down as the season rolls on. For Sophie Cunningham, going viral is not a fluke, it is an art form. And on July 24th, she proved her mastery of the game once again. Just when it seemed like Sophie had hit the absolute peak of her viral fame, a sudden court interruption flipped the script entirely. Was this wild disruption the most memorable thing she had ever dealt with? Keep an eye out, because this on-court drama put Sophie Cunningham right back in the spotlight. During a tense WNBA matchup, it was supposed to be a simple free throw. Everyone in the building was watching the shooter. But the quiet moment was shattered by instant chaos. A small, fast, and highly unexpected object sailed from the stands, landing right on the hardwood. From the camera angle, the item looked like it grazed a player before skidding across the floor. While the refs blew their whistles to inspect the court, a wave of confused whispers swept through the crowd. Spectators sitting near the action immediately pointed up toward the exact spot the object was thrown from. As the broadcast team tried to make sense of the wild scene, security sprang into action. In a league known for high energy, this was on a whole different level. A line had been crossed, and that is where Sophie Cunningham comes in. She is no stranger to this kind of drama. Just days earlier, she actually called out the growing problem on X, the platform formerly known as Twitter. She fired off a sharp, no-nonsense message to basketball fans everywhere after another object landed on the floor in a prior game, telling people to stop throwing things. It was classic Sophie Blunt, completely raw, and unwilling to ignore the behavior just because a few bad actors had normalized it. She knew firsthand how dangerous it could be. One reckless moment from a fan could easily result in a player getting seriously hurt on the court. And now, with incredibly bizarre timing, it had just happened all over again. Suddenly, her warning felt less like a simple request and more like a prediction. Footage of the moment exploded across the internet. Watching the replays, fans debated what the object actually was and if it was thrown on purpose. Many praised Sophie for calling out the issue before this even happened, calling her the exact type of leader the league needs, someone willing to put player safety ahead of cheap entertainment. Others admitted they never really thought about the issue until they saw it play out live. The timing of it all made the whole situation spread like wildfire. Once her old post resurfaced, thousands of users began sharing it side by side with the fresh game footage. The narrative practically built itself. Sophie Cunningham had warned everyone, and now the proof was right there. But proving she was right on social media was never Sophie's goal. It was about setting boundaries in the sport she loves, protecting her teammates, her opponents, and the overall integrity of the game. Still, knowing how the internet works, the drama quickly became another layer of her rising celebrity status. Cunningham is seen not just as a fierce competitor on the hardwood, but as an athlete who refuses to hold her tongue. Ultimately, the object was removed from the court, and play got right back underway. Even so, the moment kept making rounds online, popping up on talk shows, in comment sections, and across highlight packages. Once again, Sophie Cunningham found herself at the center of a viral storm this time for turning a quick delay into a major talking point. But how does a brief court disruption pave the way for Sophie to completely steal the spotlight with her latest pregame outfit? You definitely do not want to miss this jaw-dropping tunnel fit. Before the Phoenix Mercury and Atlanta Dream even tipped off on Tuesday night, Sophie Cunningham had already secured a win of her own. And that victory went down right in the arena tunnel. Followers routinely talk about Sophie as the league's unofficial fashion queen. Famous for her bold attitude and a social media presence as sharp as her jump shot, she did not walk in wearing loud accessories or some complex designer gown. Instead, she chose a look that was incredibly simple yet impossible to forget. She threw on an oversized Kobe Bryant crew neck sweatshirt. The massive, leg-bearing fit managed to be both comfy and bold, effortlessly blurring the line between a casual top and a dress. It served as the ultimate blend of sports and fashion, a laid-back look with a sharp edge. Featuring the Lakers icon front and center with massive, baggy sleeves, photographers captured her every move as she made her grand entrance. This was more than a simple wardrobe choice, it was a nod to greatness. Rocking Kobe's image was not just about style. It was about tapping into a fierce mentality that Sophie constantly shows, whether she is playing or handling the media. And her supporters noticed immediately. Within minutes, the photos exploded across the internet, sparking a whole new wave of respect for her knack for standing out in a league already packed with superstars. Comments came pouring in, praising how perfectly she pulled off the outfit as well as her overall vibe. One fan even wrote, "That is a winning look," a sentiment shared by so many others. It is no accident that Sophie is fast becoming a true fashion icon. She has a gift for balancing a bold style statement with laid-back comfort. Her fashion choices always feel completely authentic and never forced, whether she is sharing a casual Instagram photo dump or styling an outfit for a post-game interview. Her social media following is skyrocketing, largely because she is so genuine. People are not just scrolling right past her posts. Fans are watching her closely, sharing her looks, and eagerly waiting to see what she does next. This latest pre-game arrival was no exception. And it was not just the tunnel crowd drawn to that oversized crew neck. It turned into another instant moment for fans to talk about and share everywhere. The fit sent a clear message. A top-tier athlete paying tribute to basketball greatness right before making her own highlight reel plays. Here is the thing about Sophie Cunningham. She knows exactly how much presence matters, whether she is making a major statement during a game, putting up a viral post on social media, or effortlessly redefining the tunnel walk like she did tonight. Sophie makes sure her steps are worth watching in an era where literally everything is content. For most fans, the real action had not even started when the ball went up, but Sophie had already won her moment. So, what do you think? Is Sophie Cunningham rewriting the WNBA style guide with her bold choices, confidence, and pure elegance? Or is she just enjoying her sudden viral fame? Remember to like, share, and subscribe, and drop your thoughts in the comment section down below.